let's rank our QBs, and not in terms of, who's first, who's last, and whatnot, because I don't really feel like, 7 CFL fan bases flooding my mentions. But in terms of the relationship that fan base and maybe even that organization has with that QB, because we're starting to see a change of the guard at the position, starting to see young QBs start to find their footing and feel a little bit better in the league and in their role in the team. But does that mean that we've got the new generation of stars? Let's start out west.
Let's go.
BC. They are fully in love, in my estimation, with their current partner, Vernon Adams Jr. He's got the keys to the car, in a committed relationship. The Facebook status between the Lions organization, fans, and the QB is, we're in a relationship. We're good.
They're good. They're good. You talk about Nathan Rourke leaving, and in a way, this is still something that Nathan Rourke built. So this could be his baby still. They are still in a good relationship. They are really co-parenting. How about that? They're co-parenting.
Wait, what is going on? Are they swingers? What are we talking about?
No. They're co-parenting because they love Nathan. They were showing Nathan Rourke highlights at a game still.
Yes.
So he left, but they still love him. But the guy that is at the helm right now, Vernon Adams, my man, big play via. He's the type of guy, though. It's just hard to hate him. When he's in your building, he's the type of guy that does the right thing. I've been on the same team as Vernon Adams. Vernon Adams is a guy that has been in a situation in the shoes of a lot of the young guys, the young quarterbacks here right now. He was a guy also that we used to kind of down and say, man, will this guy ever make it? Will this guy ever be that guy for a team in this league? He was a guy, DB, if you remember, who was switched. They switched his position. He was a receiver temporarily, but he came back. And I remember seeing his maturation. I played with him in Saskatchewan. I've played against him when he was in Hamilton. I was with him again in Montreal. And his maturation, the type of player that he is, the work ethic that he possesses, the leadership that he possesses, the ability to galvanize a team and bring guys together, his willingness to give and be a selfless leader is really what allows for this team and this fan base, this coaching staff, really the whole organization to say that, hey, look, we are in a relationship with Vernon Adams.
Let's go to Calgary.
Let's move on.
Jake Maier.
It's a tricky one. To me, it's complicated. It's complicated for the simple fact that when I look at this organization, when I listen to interviews, when I listen to some of the players, they're hyping up Jake Maier for something that I haven't seen yet. But they truly believe in Jake Maier. So much so that they even got rid of a future Hall of Famer in that building because of who he is and what I think he's definitely must have shown in practices and by the way that he carries himself. Like, yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I got 2 footballs with the Calgary Stampeders logo on it at the house. He's thrown 2 to me. And I don't know. I don't know if he's there yet. I think it's a little complicated.
Hey, you just have to be the 7th Hall of Famer in our lifetime. No pressure, kid. It's a bit of a transition period for everybody. And so that's why I say it's complicated. Listen, man, the other team in Province, Edmonton, Trey Ford, in a relationship, it's complicated or single? Because I'll start.
Go ahead.
In a relationship.
Yeah.
There have not been many things to be excited about if you are an Edmonton Elks fan this year or last year or ever since you've had the name Elks.
For a long time.
One of the few things people are genuinely excited about is Trey Ford. If they were looking to sell season ticket packages for next year, you know who they'd put on the pamphlet? Trey Ford. I don't think it'd be Chris Jones anymore. I think it would be Trey Ford. Edmonton is now the Trey area. I think they're in a relationship with Trey Ford. There's no way that they're looking elsewhere. So much so that, remember they restructured and gave some money to a quarterback last year?
Yeah.
If I'm Trey Ford's representation,
It's just a matter of time.
I'm saying let's start to open up those conversations.
It is a matter of time. We will be sitting right here talking about Trey Ford's future in Edmonton that is solidified. And he, not just in a relationship, they are in a committed, serious relationship, DB.
Saskatchewan.
Sask. Woo! kind of want to wait a little more, but I've seen enough from Jake, just enough. I would want to see one more. I'm in between. Right now, I'm in between in a relationship, and it's complicated, but leaning more towards it's in a relationship. Just because of the fact that he was the one who rallied them against two really good teams in the West. It seems like it's something that he can do repeatedly, and that's what it looked like for Jake Delgado. I think that he is a guy that fan base over there as well is falling in love with, and if he's able to repeat that performance next week, oh my goodness, he might get a ring and a house and everything in Regina.
Dog, they're single. They are single. First of all, no, don't get me wrong. He's played well. But anyhow, Trevor Harris is healthy at the end of the year. I think that fan base is like, let's put Trevor Harris in the game.
This is a good conversation, though. I don't know about that.
I
DB.
do.
I don't know about that.
Come
DB.
on now.
Right now. And Trevor Harris is my boy. But Trevor Harris has been in the league for a few years. You right now, if you're the coaching staff, if you're front office, you want to start to build for the future.
Whoa. I don't agree with that. If you are in football ops, you have two jobs at the same time. Number one job is keep your job.
By winning.
Number two job is to win a championship. Those are the jobs.
Absolutely.
So every decision that you make is through the lens of, will this help me keep my job? And will this help us win? Sometimes those decisions are not mutually exclusive. And so if we are saying that down the stretch, they got to win a game or they got to go on a run and win 3 games in a row, you mean to tell me that they're not going to play Trevor Harris?
To me, if that scenario comes into fruition, it's a really serious conversation to have where I'd be thinking about, hey, look, let's give Jake that experience that he so desperately needs right now. And if it doesn't happen today, tomorrow he'll be ready for it.
You are so philanthropic that you are willing to develop a QB for the next GM. That's how nice you are. Riders fans, let us know. We spent a lot of time on that.
We need to hear from the Riders fans.
Because I think the other ones are somewhat easy as we go towards the east. Winnipeg, and come on now. We're in a relationship for as long as you will have us. So we know that you have a beautiful house north of Toronto and a beautiful family that you want to see.
They might be retired together already.
Well, yeah, we want Zach in this market for as long as possible. So that clearly is in a relationship.
No question.
What are we doing by Hamilton?
They're single. They're single.
Ready to mingle?
They're ready to mingle. They're looking. Who's out there?
Getting some you up texts from other GMs saying, hey, man, I got some options for you. You put my person on the neg list, put my person in high priority in free agency.
I personally know, and as much of a joke as this is, I know quarterbacks right now that are not on the roster, and I talk to them because they're good friends of mine that are saying, man, yeah, I've talked to Hamilton. I'm waiting on a call, and we've had conversations. Now, this has been, weeks ongoing, but when we say the Hamilton Tiger Cats are single and mingling, it's not a joke.
Argo's they're in the newlywed phase. Everything is fresh.
Honeymoon.
All the jokes are funny. You're not really
funny dances are happening.
Yeah. Oh, they are smitten and they're in a relationship. Montreal.
It's complicated over there, DB.
Wait. Why is it complicated?
It's complicated because we're not seeing the production. Jason Moss, new coaching staff, brings in his old quarterback, saying, hey, look, no, we change environments. Don't worry, let's move. Let's leave cities. Let's move. We bought a new house in another market. We're going to do better over there. And it looks like the same thing that happened in the previous city that they were at is happening again. And so to me, I don't know.
I think they're in a relationship.
Talk to me.
Now, not every relationship is created equal. Not every relationship is as strong or as committed or as healthy.
Fair enough.
Especially sometimes the early years with children. It can be trying. It can be stressful.
Fair enough.
But I think they're in a relationship because I think they look across the league. They look across the neighborhood like, damn, I don't want to be with that partner. Damn, That situation's toxic. And my partner may have flaws and warts, but I know that they love me and I love them, and we'll ride together for now until we don't. So I think they are in a relationship.
That's sneaky. Did you just hear what you said? For now, until we don't.
Well, I mean, people in relationships get divorced, but their Facebook status still says in a relationship. What are we doing about Ottawa? Because a month ago, I would have said, oh, they're in a relationship.
In a deep relationship, but man, oh man.
I think,
that relationship has been neglected, hasn't it?
I don't know if they're single. I think they're complicated. Because has the play made you forget about what you had before? No, not really. But you haven't had a long relationship in terms of playtime with Masoli. There's real pressure to get things right for everybody in the organization moving forward, because this was supposed to be the year. But I still think, given the way the standings are in the East, there is time to rectify things. So I guess by default, I would say it's complicated, but I could see that going either way. What do you think?
Complicated by default. I think they still like.
So not single.
A little bit. No,
They're not single.
Not single. They still like some crumbs.
So Hamilton is single, but Ottawa is complicated.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, I think Ottawa is complicated. I think that they've seen some flashes that they love about, dusty football, and they're hoping that he'll be able to bring that magic back.